Sabine here. I thought I am sprinkling a little Wednesday wisdom today. And when you are on this planet as long as I am, you accumulate you accumulated a little wisdom. Here you go. That's what I wanted to say. Good morning, good morning. Well, this morning I was on a walk and something popped into my head thinking about some teachers that I had in my life. Have you ever felt some limiting beliefs? And also, have you ever felt some or experienced some people that gave you empowering beliefs? I truly think that many of the limiting beliefs that we have came way back from our childhood. And this teacher that I thought of, well, actually, two teachers with two different personalities, and they used two different ways to communicate. And because this is what I was thinking about, what I am going to teach in my upcoming episode that I'm doing for my new podcast. And communication is so utterly important. And communication can make the difference of helping someone, or perhaps even not even knowingly but unknowingly plant something or instill something in another person that is a limiting belief that can really start something along the way of that other person that is really or could be really damaging. So that's why I think communication, or how to communicate the right way, is utterly important. The power of the word is extremely underrated. We oftentimes speak something out just nonchalance, but don't really understand the impact that it can make. So let me go back to the beginning, taking my dogs for a walk this morning, and I was thinking, okay, the two teachers that had a huge impact, one negative, one positive. And why? Because the way they communicated and the words that they used. One of my great teachers we had a conversation, not we, my mother, I, and she was in the room. So let me take you back to this conversation, and then it would make more sense to you why it was a huge stumbling block for a long time in my life. I'm in sixth grade, and to give you in Germany, so to give you the background, sixth grade is the decision making if you stay on your main track, the main school, what they call it, the middle school, or the high school. High school, if you really want to go to university and become a doctor or a lawyer, you must take this. But mainly the middle school is for everybody who want to move forward in their lives and in business and doing the business track. And then the main school is for those, and I'm saying this with in parentheses, not smart enough to do those other tracks. And I don't believe it. I really don't. But why I'm saying that to you, because here I am with my mother, because the teacher called us to have a conversation with her. I'm listening to what the teacher told my mother. She is saying, I would not recommend that Sabine is going to middle school. She is not able to make it. She is not concentrated. She doesn't have the grade. I believe that she will be struggling doing this. So she should stay on the main track in the main school. My mother is listening. And her response is, no way. My daughter is not staying on this main track. She is smart. She can do that middle track, the middle school. It's not middle school here like in the United States. It's like that middle track school that like it used to be in Germany back then when I grew up. My daughter is smart. She can do it. She just has different ways to learn. And I tell you, my mother fought hard that the teacher finally gave in and says, okay, I will move her up. Remember the power of the teacher? The word that we speak? That stayed in this little brain, in the little subconscious mind of the little 10-year-old girl, thinking she's not smart enough. And that actually held me back for so many years. So many years I had to battle it because I was not good enough. I was not smart enough. And I needed the evaluation of this person, or I needed to have this certificate. This kind of haunted me, and I didn't even know it. But now let me give you the positive teacher, the positive words, the positive reinforcement in a communication. Okay? So when I was a young adult, I got my school behind. I went to the middle track. I got that job that I needed that middle track for. Long story short, I ended up being a claim adjuster, which I hated, by the way, because I didn't know what to do with my life. So I listened to the well-meant advice of my dad, who said, Sabine, find a job with benefits and a good salary so you can pay your bills. And whatever you have left over, you can pursue your hobbies. By that, he meant my acting and my singing and all of that, what I love to do, right? So I'm finding myself one day staring out of the window of my little office there, thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot do this for the next 40 years. What is mine to do? Ask and ye shall receive. That same evening, I am walking home from my subway to my apartment, and there he was, my teacher, Mr. Herbst, my drama and music teacher. And he steps forward, we have a conversation, and he's asking me a question. And his question is, Sabine, are you still active with your acting group? Are you still doing the duo and the singing group that you have? And I say, no. Then he is replying to me. One sentence that changed my life. He said, what a shame, Sabine. You are so talented. Go for it. Bam! Yes! That sparked something in me that said, yes, of course, this is what I love to do. That's what I'm here for, right? That's my talent. I'm not very good in math. I am not. And I still kind of sort of not very, I wouldn't say I hate math, but it's not my forte. I can get by. I run a business and I know the spreadsheets and I know profit and loss and all of this kind of stuff. I learned it. So it's not that, but I never wouldn't want to go in a profession that I have to use math because it doesn't give me joy. Let me put it this way. But the performing arts, it does. And so just by listening to the empowering words of my teacher, Mr. Herbst, I made the shift and started my career as an actress. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, how powerful words are and how powerful the way that someone communicates with you can be. Someone can hold you back or can empower you. And I'm just thinking, there was another story that I think Tony Robbins shared that there was a teacher who worked with children that were supposed to be not smart, that had learning disabilities, and all the stuff that are being put on them because they possibly just have different ways how they learn. And that teacher made a positive impact because she is communicating empowering words. She is communicating things like, you are smart, you are special. And when you hear that, especially as a child, yes, you are special and you are smart. We all learn differently, which is very, very challenging if you just go to a school system that has those rigid, tests that you have to take to prove that you're smart. But there are different ways of smart. So why am I sharing this with you? Because I know, for one, you may be stuck in a track or in a limiting beliefs that someone put upon you way back. I just invite you to just kind of stop and think back. Is there something in my past, perhaps? But most importantly, how you can make a difference in somebody else's life by communicating better. All right? Because it's so important to use the right words and use empowering communications. And that's what I do now as a communication and confidence coach. I empower people, I empower entrepreneurs to really step up and step forward and upwards. And I just launched my new communication coaching podcast in which I share more of those things. So stay tuned with that. I will pop in once I have the first episode up. Right now I just have the trailer. I may share the trailer with you as well. But just go ahead and stay tuned to that, because I will share with you so many great tips and tools how you can communicate better, not just in your business with your teams, but also with your family, with your friends, just in general, to make a positive impact. Become the quote unquote Mr. Herbses in somebody else's lives, the empowering teacher, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you in my little Wednesday wisdom. As always, if you have a question, please ask, and I would love to hear from you. Put a comment in the comment section. That always helps me to see if this is helpful and if I can help in any other way, or if you have any other question. All right, this was it for today. Until I see you again, always remember, follow your passion, serve from the heart, and live the life you imagine.